Hi, I'm going to show you the game of Nertz. I know there's a couple of people out there that would like to know. And all of the videos that I find all have different variations, but nothing like what we play exactly. So here I am to tell you how to play Nertz. You want to have at least 2 players, and you can have as many as you want. Usually you can do up to 8 players. But each player has to have their own deck of cards with different colors on the top, okay? So that at the end, you know whose cards are whose for counting points. And your first thing you want to do is, after you shuffle, is to the person across from you, if there's 2, or if there's more than 2 of you, to the one to the right of you gets the deck that you're dealing out. And you deal out like you would on solitaire, but you only have 4 cards showing. And then you have your Nertz pile. Okay. And the Nertz pile consists of 13 cards with your top card turned face up, so that you can see what you have available for playing. And then you proceed to play like you would play solitaire. And of course, your aces are going to go up to the upper pile to be able to play on. And anytime there's an ace available on the upper area, then anybody in the game can start playing on that ace. So like if it's ace of clubs here and the other person has the 2 clubs available, they can play on that ace. And then when you have a empty space of the 4, you fill it from the top card of your Nertz pile, and you go ahead and turn up the next card so you can see what you have. Okay, just like in regular solitaire, black, red, from king on down to ace, well, to 2, because aces always go up. But so that's how you proceed. Of course, the game is a game of speed, because whoever gets rid of their Nertz pile first yells Nertz, and they're the winner of that hand. So to process the solitaire, you take your deck and do 3 at a time for a turnover, and anything that will play on your cards here, you can move up here, okay, just like this, black, red. And then I have an ace, so ace can go up, okay. Now I can go ahead and go from there. All right. And you continue to play this way until you get through the pile the first time. And of course you want to move when you can, rather than taking from here. Like if you had a red 8 in here, you want to, but you had a red 8 up here, which I just moved. You want to move that because you want to get these cards taken off, okay? All right, so we're going to continue. Like I said, anybody that has a 2, like those 2 diamonds or the 2 clubs, can play on those. Okay, now I've got an ace of hearts up there. Of course, I don't have anybody playing with me right now, so you can't see them trying to play on my cards, but they can if they have them available. Okay. And okay, now I have the 2 clubs, so I can put that up there. Okay. And then, of course, you just turn your deck over and start over again if you Okay, like you're just playing solitaire. And just continue. Okay, I don't have a ace of spades up there yet, so I can't play that. Okay. Now, sometimes you get to a point where everybody that's playing their cards gets, I'm sorry, there's sometimes a time when there's nothing you can do. You can't move anything up there. You can't use any of your pile that you're turning 3 over at a time. And all the players are having the same issue. Then you say, oh, I got to burn. And what burning is you take from the bottom of the deck that you have and you turn it over, and if it plays, you can play it. Okay, for instance, this is an ace, so I can play it up here. If for some reason I pulled off a card on the burned and it doesn't play, then I have to set it over here with my Nertz pile, and it's going to count against me at the end. But once you've burned it and put it over there, you can't use it. So it's just going to be no good to you after that, okay? And so then you start doing the 3 at a time again, because now your cards in your deck have changed because you taken off the bottom card. Okay, and so that was a good way for me able to show you how that worked. But again, I've got that. I'm going to move my card over from my Nertz pile, and I can't play the 4, so it sits there until I can. And okay, now I have a 2 hearts that will play. Okay, all right, and then you just continue until once somebody finishes their pile. Let's say I finish my pile, then I would say Nertz, and then after that happens, everybody stops playing. You collect the cards in the middle, everything that's in the middle, and you deal them out to the person that played them. So let's say this is what I got back, okay? Because we'll each get our own cards back. And I count those cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. That's how many points that I earned in that hand. And if you are not the person that got done with your pile, let's say this is what you had left when somebody said they had Nertz, then you have to count how many cards are left in your Nertz pile. Let's say here I'm saying I have 4 left, and what you do is you double that. So 4, you say 4 like 8 is what I need to count back. And since I count those against the cards that were in the middle here, I had 6 up there, I had to take 8 back, so now I'm in the hole by 2, okay? But if you go forward, like let's say I had to take 8 back, but I had 12 up here, then my total points for that hand would be 4, okay? So, of course, the person that Nertz, unless they had burn card that they couldn't play, they don't have any cards they have to count back against those that were in the middle, okay? So the one nice thing about this card game is you can play, as long as you have enough decks of cards, you can play as many as, we've played up to 8, 10 people, but as long as you have enough decks of cards that have different colors on the bottom. And when you have 4 players, you can even play as a team of 2 each. And so you only have to have 2 decks of cards. One person plays the deck cards and one plays the Nertz cards, and they help each other out. So like, say one sees something happening in the other, they tell them to play it or whatever. But other than that, it's like a solitaire game. You each play your own player. I hope I explained. Oh, and you play until someone gets to 100 is what we normally play to. All right, that's how you play the game of Nertz, according to the Ottos. Bye.